Hey sports fans, do you even know about the show? Don't you know about the Leaf Spring Army? You know about Madar's birds? Are you missing the greatest show on earth? Time Mars the clock, baby.
Hello everyone, I'm the Enforcer, and I'm accompanied by Enforcer Matt.
And good evening, folks. It's Enforcer Matt, and welcome back today at 426 of the news.
And it's good to see once again to that degree, and I have to think Everett makes up the Kremlin fortress. And we can see the drone flying around. We can actually see they blurred out the top. Taken on that drone was the drone looking in where Putin literally was at that moment.
Top of it, he's got people that are in his own circle and want to kill
Loss
him.
of special equipment vehicles we've seen over the course of the war. This may be because Ukrainian forces are starting to push into the southern area of the Dnipro River, where a large amount of special equipment vehicles were most likely needed by Russian armed forces, and they're now in the process of destroying those wherever they've been abandoned. That may be where that number is coming from. But speaking of losses, and speaking of the average reducing, the average certainly did not reduce. I don't know. I think
That's crazy.
This is redneck engineering at its finest right here. I think they've been inducted into the Hall of Rednecks.
Sounds like out of a cartoon or something.
I think he did. And there goes the Stugna. The first one is now on its way. They're now guiding it down onto the tank. It's on its way. And boom, shakalaka, they got one. The gun team is now firing off their 5th round. Going on towards their 6th. Gun team number 1 now firing off the 4th. Gun team number 2 is now getting their 6th round ready. 6th round fired. They're already going on to the 7th of the town. Of course, Marinka is a less talked about battlefield in the war in Ukraine, but ever since 2014, it has been the subject of heavy artillery battles and infantry fights. This is most likely what a battlefield in Ukraine would look like if it had been subjected to 8 years of continuous fighting. And at the moment, it is not working in garrison. That building that this area was also not devoid of destruction as well, as the area has been completely flattened except for the occasional roof that still stands here and there. And that's what the square would look like now. Of course, completely desolate and destroyed, with 90% of the buildings of Mariupol needing to be leveled or condemned after the war, and of course with Russian occupiers still inside, hardly providing anything for the Ukrainians that live there still. Well, they have a pretty cool intro. And now we can get straight into the film, and we see here, it's a somewhat foggy day, and Ukrainian fire is already covering the entirety of the field as the 59th is advancing forward with their tanks and infantry onto this Russian-held tree line to push them out. The Ukrainians are no cowards when it comes to an assault, using their tanks to push directly onto the trench, giving suppressing fire, with the infantry following up immediately afterwards and clearing out the trench of whatever remains. We can see the tank now pulling back off the field after giving its covering fire to the infantry, as the infantry now move in and finish the job. We see the artillery landing as the Ukrainian infantry are still running up through the field, Ukrainian tanks still giving them vital support, and the Ukrainian infantry getting point blank as the battle rages on further into the night, wiping the Russians out and pushing them out of the tree line. Well, that's the end of the clip, but impressive work by the 59th Brigade in the trench works, more so the tree lines and the trench works outside of the town of Pisky. Moving on down into Marinka, we also
Search for the Enforcer. Find the Enforcer. Join the Enforcer.